Okay, so welcome to today's video. We got my 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 here. It's the 5.7 Hemi Magnum, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be replacing the belt on this and bypassing the AC compressor because my AC compressor took a dump and it's leaking whatever oil fluid is in it, and it smells terrible. And it's winter, it's almost winter, and I live in northern Maine, so I'm not going to be using AC whatsoever. I'll replace the AC pump itself in the spring. I'll make a video on that when I do it. If you have one of these year's trucks, it's likely that your handle down here to open the hood is actually broken. That's a common thing that breaks on these trucks, and I have not replaced it yet. I use my tire iron that came with the truck, poke it through the grill right there, pops right open. Okay, so we're up in the truck. That is the latch right there that I was prying on. I went through this corner of the grill, and I pried right on that lip right there, just to slide that sideways to allow the hood to open. Okay, so we got a better angle going here. You will need a 3/8 ratchet, some sort of extension for the end of it, whether you want just an extending ratchet or not. I don't have one, so I'm going to use just my regular ratchet. You're going to want to go down here to the tensioner. There is literally square holes specifically for putting a ratchet, so put that right on there. Put your bar down on your ratchet, pry to the driver's side of the engine to loosen it, and it doesn't actually loosen, it's on a spring. So as soon as you let go of that ratchet, it's going to spring back at you. So I got the belt loose there off the pulleys. Okay, there we go. Just let the ratchet kind of go back. It'll stop right around here somewhere typically. There we go. Okay, it is coming off. Just got to get a little lower so I don't have to bend over so much. Let's see here. And then next I'm going to take my ratchet out. There we go. Those will stay right there. Take your belt right out of here. And typically, most people only replace the belt if they're worn, snapped, or whatnot. My belt is in actually really good shape still. It's just this is my problem right here. That and then you can. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's literally like whatever grease or whatever's inside of this thing. It smells terrible, and it's just getting whipped all over in my engine bay. Actually, it smells terrible when the heater's on. So I'm gonna try to get that all out of there. Oh, look at that. It comes off and I don't even have to weave it around the fan. That's fantastic. Get it? Fantastic. Ha. Yeah, there we go. So that's the original belt there. There's bracket right here. I'm going to take this bracket off. Get some PB Blaster for that. Got my little can of PB here. This thing's pretty useful because I can just point the hose wherever I want it. There we go. Squirt all those right up with that PB. Hopefully they'll come off nice and easy for me. I doubt it, but I live in northern Maine, like I said, so everything's kind of a little rusty in here. And now that I sprayed PB Blaster in here, if you get any on any of your pulleys, like I just did, you're going to want to clean those with some sort of brake cleaner, carburetor cleaner, preferably brake cleaner or degreaser, just so your belt's not slipping on your pulleys, especially if you got it on a smooth pulley. 13 mil. Probably going to want some sort of extension here. And let's see if I can get a good shot. This bracket right here. There's this metal bracket in between the pulleys right here. There's a bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, and bolt there. Take all four of those off. Take the bracket out. And I personally am going to put the bolts back just so I don't lose them, and I'll put the bracket in a safe spot. So that is the bracket I'm taking off currently. Okay, so we're back. We've been letting this soak for about 5 to 10 minutes with that PB on there. Let's see what I can get off with my ratchet here without breaking anything. Because that is the goal, not to break anything, right? And why does this one feel like it's smaller than the rest of them? That one right there. The one on the top left feels like it's smaller than the rest. I don't know if it's... I mean, it looks damaged, but we try at 12. So I got some Quinn sockets here. They're made for taking stripped off nuts and stuff. I'm going to take my 13 one and stick it on that one that's kind of giving me a hard time here. I'm going to try to hammer that on there. Oh, well. Feels like it slid on there a little too easy in my opinion. It's just a bite. But, let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's rotating. Okay, so my phone died, so I had to charge it a little bit. Got a little chillier out while I was doing that. So I put my jacket on. Okay, I got that top left bolt out. It is stuck in the socket currently. I will worry about that after I'm done. Let's get back to the half inch here. That's 13, a half inch. And we'll take these other three nuts, or two nuts, other two nuts, and one bolt. There is one bolt here that will come out instead of a nut. Not really sure what this bracket is for. I don't know if it's just like as a support or really what it's for, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, so that's that bracket. It kind of looks like a little M with like a weird bend. Yeah, I really don't see what that was doing other than maybe just holding all them bolts from rattling. I don't really know. I don't know what the point of that was, other than to be in the way, so you have to use the AC pump. I guess that's literally the only reason I could see it not wanting to be there. So yeah, that's off. How the bolts came out is the bolt was there, and then it was a nut here, here, and here, and they're all half inch 13, depending on if they're swollen with rust or not. If they're not swollen with rust, a half inch will work better for you. If they are swollen with rust, like a couple of these where you're going to need a 13, and if they're so swollen with rust that a 13 won't go on and strips it, then you're going to want one of the stripped nut removers. So I got one set of ice grips biting the nut, and then the other set will be biting the end of the socket, obviously, to help me wiggle that free. Loosen that up a little bit more. There. Ish. There we go. That worked the best, actually. I didn't expect that to work that good. Just put another flat washer on there. Kind of warped, but don't really matter to me none. Snug it right down in there and probably good. Just so I don't accidentally go too deep in case that this bolt is supposed to bottom out. I don't know if it's bottoms out when the plate's in there or not. It doesn't. Nah, it doesn't seem like it at all. But there we go. Snug that one back down. I mean, honestly, none of these nuts seem like they're going to be in the way of the pulleys or the belt. So, let's kind of see if they want to go back on there. There we go. Okay, all those nuts are tightened back up. This bracket, I have a parts bin in there for all my like random parts and shit. So, throw that right in the parts bin. Okay, so stock belt off to the side. I am going to just throw this under the seat in the truck. Here is the next belt. This is a Gates belt. And let's see, we're going to start by just dropping it right down through. Obviously, don't just drop it, but there's a spider right in front of my face. Dead spider now. Yeah, don't just drop it through, but I'm going to hang it from the alternator right here. And I'm going to grab my ratchet. I need this extension. And we're going to want this around the tensioner pulley here too, so that we don't have to hassle with that while we have our ratchet on here. And after I'm done with this, I will draw up a diagram of how I routed it for you guys. Then I suggest hanging it from your alternator right here and then going under and putting it around your crank pulley. I'm under the truck right now. I'm putting it on my crank pulley. You guys can probably see the belt flopping around up there and stuff because I'm pushing on it from beneath. And push it up into the engine bay. Get some of it out of my way a little bit. Okay. I don't want to go like that and then around the power steering pump with the crank and then around my fan pulley. Not the most easy thing to do, to be honest, but that's why I'm making a video on it for you guys, so you guys can have an easier time than I did. Okay, let's get back up in here. Okay, so on the bottom pulleys, And I'm going to want it to go like so, I think. Okay, so we got the belt put on. We bypassed this pulley here, obviously, and we did not use the idler pulley that's under the alternator. I'll draw a diagram of how I did this after I start it up and show you guys that it works. Oh yeah, nice and quiet. Sounds good. Let me come over there and make sure everything's working. So on these trucks, they actually have diagrams right here of how this stuff is supposed to run. All I did was skip this pulley here. So don't use that one and don't use this one. And I went straight like this. That is the route I took with this belt. Just follow all the other ones just same way. Just like that. That is the diagram right there. It doesn't change the rotation of anything. It should be all the same. It should work perfectly. Okay guys, thank you for watching today's video. I want to start this off by just saying sorry for the lack of uploads on the actual builds for this channel, which is the BMX mini bike, a motorized mountain bike, the Coleman, like the actual small engine stuff that I plan on doing on the channel. It's becoming winter here in northern Maine, just like everywhere else, except we get a lot colder here than everywhere else. So I had to prepare our house for the winter. I had to redo all the skirting, put a new pellet stove in, and finish an exterior wall, along with building some steps going up to our back door. My next video will probably be me building a new shed. As you guys can see, my workspace here is pretty tiny. This is like, I don't know, maybe a 7x7 shed, and it's pretty packed just full of my tools. There's no projects in here right now, it's just tools. I plan on getting that in the next week or two, and I'll upload that video once I get it fully built. My brother-in-law will be helping me with that. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of me just working on my truck, fixing it. I just bypassed the AC compressor. I will replace the AC compressor in the spring and make a video on that. So if you guys know anybody with the 5.7 Hemi in one of their Dodge vehicles or Mopar vehicles, shoot them this video and they can bypass the AC compressor with a simple belt. And then if they want to replace their AC compressor, I'll upload a video on that of how to do that. So stay tuned for those videos, and I will be back in the future with the BMX mini bike, a motorized mountain bike, working on my Coleman, and like I said, that shed build. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you know anybody who needs the help. That'll be it. Have a good one, guys.